a really fun game here called Ant Colony. And you don't need anything for this. Just depending on the time that you have, this could be a really quick game, or it can be basically as long as you want it to be. So the swimmers are allocated all around the pool space, and you as the teacher are going to be the one that does the commanding of what the swimmers are going to do. So they're going to have to listen to what you're saying, and it's going to be very similar to like a Simon Says style command, of where you're going to have them starting off saying, okay, you're going to swim on your front and you're just going to move in different directions, or you're moving forward, and then you can change it up to say, right, you're going to go on your back now and you're going to be kicking backwards. You could tell them to kick faster, pull faster, blow bubbles, go under, whatever you feel as though you're wanting to get them to do. And then in amongst that, you're going to be then shouting a number. And I don't mean shouting at them, you're just going to shout it loudly so they can hear. And the number that you're going to say is the amount that the swimmers are going to form a colony. So if you're going to be doing 2, then basically they have to find another person to pair up with in order to form their ant colony. And then once they do that and they formed their pairs, or the number that you've said that's for them to do, they then carry on with what you're saying with the Simon Says style game. And it keeps going back and forth like this. Now, if there is a number that you have called and there is somebody left out, if you like, it's up to you how you wish to do this. Either it's just going to be okay, so-and-so's not formed a group, and then you just move on. Or you could then do a little bit of a mini challenge to entice them to make sure that they are actively trying to get into an ant colony or they're actively trying to get together as a group. So if you know that some swimmers are a little bit and they need something to motivate them or encourage them to do what you're asking them to do, then maybe adding on something. So I highly recommend to have challenge cards anyway. It could be that you use a movement cube that they have to throw it, and then whatever challenges on there is what they have to do. They don't have to do it in front of the class. It could be that you just ask them to do it to the side quickly, and then everybody else is swimming around, and then once they're ready, come back in, so you're not all eyes on them, basically, because some children might not be quick enough to get together as a group, or it might be because due to friendships or what have you that they choose to go together. So you don't really want to be alienating, if you like, any swimmers, and you want to be inclusive as much as possible. So just try and think about that as you want it, as you're doing it. Naturally, it will be however many you have in your class will determine what groups you're trying to achieve. So just be mindful of that. So variations you could do is you could add big floats. If you've got a number of different big floats, that they then have to sit on top of the float, and that's their ant colony together. And it's adding another layer of climbing up and on and so forth, different skills and strengthening there for that. And you could also potentially add noodles that coming together as the colonies, that they all have to hold their noodles together and form the circle or a shape or what have you that you're wanting to do for that. And I'm sure as you're going through the game, I'm sure you'll probably add in some other variations that you might want to do. It could be that you're doing X amount of sort of activities, or what you're saying with the Simon Says, you do X amount of that, then call a number, and so on. But let's see it in action. So you got here the teacher. So you got here the teacher is letting everybody know they're all in a space, and you're going to call out what they're going to be doing. Keep calling out, basically, and It could be that you're adding in a specific skill that they're working on, or it could be something that they really enjoy, so add that in. It could be something really quite hard and challenging for them to do, so they're getting out of breath. It could be that you're adding in that they have to swim 25 meters or whatever. Just try and think of something a little bit different. They need to be sculling. They need to do handstands, forward rolls, pushing glides. Bring it all in. Bring it all in. Why not? And then say the amount, which is what here. They're asked to get into a group of 3, but unfortunately there's one that is just not quick enough to get into groups, so they're going to be heading over to the challenge area to do that, and then you get right back into it. It's a really fun game. The kids absolutely love it, and this is something that you potentially could use as a warm-up activity, a closing activity, or even if you just find that that day you're just needing to just do a different way of adding in their skills. I mean, even just this game alone, you could add so much in it, and it could be exactly what you're wanting to do in the lesson, but in a different way. Let me know how it goes, and in the comments, if you've got any sort of variations that you can add to this, make sure you do it. Please like and subscribe. That'd be amazing if you enjoy these games, so you don't miss out for the next one. Enjoy!